G'day guys, welcome to my Spice feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 2 recap preview for 2021 guys, so let's get started. So starting off guys with the first game of that match, we see the Eels going up against the Storm. Now this game was pretty alright, pretty intense. I was at this game, so do check my vlog out. It's RXYSV2, obviously, my channel. But this game was pretty much authentic. It was raining. Pretty much the terrible weather that I had in a long time. And I know for a fact that this game was pretty much a terrible, rough, slippery, wet game. And I know for a fact that it was pretty much an authentic game, but the first half in that match was pretty terrible in that match, which, because of the weather, it was raining a bit, and I know that the Eels weren't going to get off to a start in this game, but the second half, the Eels just pounded the Storm, and they were leading by so much in that game. But what I can tell by this game, it was definitely 16 points to 12 for that scoreline, and I had a gut feeling that it was pretty much a real good game for sure. In the second half, that the Eels really bounced back and gave it a really good lead in the second half. But yeah, let's have a look at the Eels tries. What we have here is Michael Sevo that scored 2 tries, and Junior Paulo. Let's have a look at the Storm tries. What we have here is Remus Smith and Justin Olam. And also to my player of the game, which this one was pretty much hard. I was going to say Reed Marnie. He played a really good game. He's my second one that really had played the Storm. But my player of the game, everyone knows him from the Parramatta Eels. Number 2, the winger, Michael Sevo. He's an absolute flyer. He scores so many tries, and you got to watch out for him. He is an absolutely outstanding player that really bounces back and gets the tries for the Parramatta Eels anyway. And it was a really good lead to basically get that one try, to basically really get this lead coming to an end. 16 points to 12 for that scoreline anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Warriors going up against the Knights. Now, all I heard is about this game, the Warriors were really good first half and the second half, and I thought, in my opinion though, in this game, I really did think that the Warriors were really getting on top of their fly, but I just have a gut feeling that the Knights were going to win this game, and they obviously did. So in my opinion about this match, the Knights really held on top and really got this lead, coming to a really standing still. And it was 20 points to 16 average scoreline for this game, and I had a gut feeling that this match was going to turn out to be a really good game for sure, and it was obviously indeed. But in my opinion about this game, really outstanding performance by the Warriors, but the Newcastle Knights just really outclassed the Warriors and just held on with the lead, 20 points to 16. But yeah, let's have a look at the Warriors tries. What we have here is Ben Murdoch-Masila, Adam Pompey, and Cam Mamalo. Let's have a look at the Knights tries. So what we have here is Jaden Brayley and Hymel Hunt. And my player of the game went to this player from the Warriors, Ben Murdoch-Masila. I think he had a wonderful game, really standing out for this team. He's obviously an Islander, and he obviously came from the UK Super League. He's a really good player that really outstands any team, but I just have a gut feeling that the Warriors were really gonna get on top of their form, but obviously Ben Murdoch-Masila played a really outstanding game. And I think everyone played a really outstanding game, but I think he just really took this gut feeling a really good thing. But I just had a gut feeling that the Newcastle Knights really took it home with a really good win anyway, 20 points to 16. The next game of that match, we see the Titans going up against the Broncos. Now, in my opinion about this match, really, I just have to say, because me and Entertainer basically came back from the Sydney Kings, and it was basically raining, so me and him basically came back, and we didn't realise it was still playing. So yeah, me and him watched it, but I just could not believe how the way the Titans played, and coming back from that win, I just had a gut feeling that the Titans were really going to outclass the Broncos in this game, and they obviously did. But the Broncos are just terrible in that competition, and I know that they struggle a little bit, but still, you can't just say that the players out there really do make an early, make a really good play, make a really good game. But they don't. They just say that, and they don't. So, I just had a gut feeling about this game that the Titans really outclassed the Broncos in this game, but it was definitely 28 points to 16 in this match, and I just knew for a fact that the Titans were going to win this game for sure. But let's have a look at the Titans tries. What we have here is Jared Wallace, David Fafita that scored 2 tries, Aaron Clark and Jermaine Jolliffe. Let's have a look at the Broncos tries. What we have here is Fatesi Niu, Xavier Coates and Tafita Pangai Jr. And my player of the game certainly went to this player, number 12 from the Titans, David Fafita. I just think he had a really wonderful game out there, really stayed strong, played strong, and he really took home with a really good win and really outclassed his team against the Broncos anyway, and it was definitely 28 points to 16 and a really good win by the Titans defeating the Broncos anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Panthers. Now, okay, let me just say this. Bulldogs, you really need to step up the next game, because this game against Panthers certainly was a really terrible performance by you guys. 28 points to 0, and really embarrassing by the Bulldogs fans that didn't really wanted to see this game being scoreless. And I know for a fact that the Bulldogs certainly were disappointed that they didn't win against the Panthers. But I obviously took the Panthers in this game, and let's just say this. Panthers are a really good team, and going up against the Bulldogs, this game was going to be easy, and I know for a fact that the Panthers are a really good team, and they are a really high-class performance team that really gets the job done really well. But let's have a look at the Panthers tries. What we have here is Viliami Kikau that scored 2 tries, Tyrone May and Paul Momorowski that scored 2 tries. Yeah, so Viliami Kikau scored 2 tries, Tyrone May and Paul Momorowski, that scored 2 tries. And my player of the game went to number 7 from the Panthers, Nathan Cleary. I think he had a wonderful game in this match, and certainly in this game, he really stepped up in that match, and I had a gut feeling that he would. He does it every time that he plays for the Panthers, but for next week's round, he's not going to be in that side because the Panthers are first in the Storm, and he won't be into that one. I heard a little bit of rumour that Nathan Cleary is not going to play for the Panthers against the Storm. So yeah, unfortunately he isn't. But yeah, really good performance by the Panthers that just outclassed the Storm 28 points to 0 anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Sea Eagles going up against the Rabbitohs. Now, this game was absolutely outclassed, and another outclassing team, the Rabbitohs, are just absolutely so phenomenal, and I knew for a fact that the Rabbitohs were really going to get a win against Manly, and they obviously did. 26 points to 12 in that match, and I know for a fact that it was really outclassing team. And the Manly side need to step up for the next week's game, and I know for a fact that if this game needs to go as planned, it didn't go as planned, it obviously didn't, because the Manly Seagulls are just struggling at the moment without Tom Trbojevic, because Tom Trbojevic is a really good player that outclasses any team and any single player out there anyway. But yeah, let's have a look at the Manly Seagulls tries. What we have here is Lachlan Croker and Martin Tapau. Let's have a look at the Rabbitohs tries. What we have here is Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds, Latrell Mitchell, Damien Cook, and Alex Johnston. And my player of the game went to number 6 from the Rabbitohs, Cody Walker. I think he had a wonderful game out there, really stand up, and just took a really good job by leading and obviously holding on for the Rabbitohs to obviously win this game. And I know that in this match, the Rabbitohs are a really outclassing team, and they just don't lose, and every single time they get the ball they always are dangerous, and I just have a gut feeling that the Rabbitohs will probably win for next week's round anyway. So yeah, 26 points to 12, and a really good win by the Rabbitohs against the Manly Seagulls anyway. The next game of this match, we see the Cowboys going up against the Dragons. Now, in this match, what I can say about this game, really top-notch performance by the Dragons. And I know for a fact that the Dragons aren't really a top-class team, but they are really good to basically back up a win. But obviously Corey Norman did a field goal to make it 25 points to 18 in this game. And for the Cowboys, I just have to say they just aren't playing as good footy at the moment, because Cole Felt is obviously out due to suspension on the high shot for Jack Bird. And I know for a fact that this game was pretty much rough, and I know that it was really a high intensifying game. But yeah, I know for a fact that the Cowboys are a really alright team, but they're just not at the moment because they are struggling so much out there. But yeah, let's have a look at the Cowboys tries anyway. So what we have here is Cohen Hess, Valentine Holmes, and Jake Granville. Let's have a look at the Dragons tries. What we have here is Michaeli Ravalawa, Josh Kerr, Ben Hunt, and Zach Lomax. And my player of the game, what I think played a really good match, is Corey Norman. I think number 6 from the Dragons, Corey Norman, he had a wonderful game out there and really stepped up in that game to make it a really top-notch performance. And I didn't realise, from my opinion, that he was going to kick that field goal to make it 25 points to 18 in that game. And I knew for a fact that the Dragons were going to really make a really good win and come back with a really good lead, and they obviously did. But yeah, what a really good game for the Dragons to beat the Cowboys 25 points to 18 anyway. The next game of that match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Roosters. Now, in this match, what I can say about this game, the West Tigers aren't a really good team. And I basically watched all of this game, and I know that the West Tigers, in my opinion, they were a really good team earlier in the season, and now they just aren't at the moment due to a number of struggling things out there for them club. But it was definitely 40 points to 6 in this game. Really high intensifying game by the Roosters, and they are a really good team out there that just really makes a good finish for their club. But the only try that basically scored for the West Tigers is Jacob Little. But let's have a look at the Roosters tries. What we have here is James Tedesco that scored 2 tries, Brett Morris that scored 3 tries, Satili Tupanua, and I think this player is Fred Baker, I'm not too sure. Comment down below if it is or isn't that player first name. But yeah, my player of the game went to number 5 from the Roosters. Obviously, this guy, as I mentioned before, he obviously scored 3 tries out there. And this guy, the player that I think he had a wonderful game, is Brett Morris. I think he had a wonderful match out there. Really stand up by this team, and I just think he's going to have a suitable season. And every single time I see this club really get a really good win, I just have a gut feeling that this club is a really good club to really bounce back and get a really good win. But yeah, well done from the Roosters for making a really good win, 40 points to 6 against the West Tigers anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Sharks going up against the Raiders. Now, 12 points to 10 in this game. And I know that in this match, it wasn't really a good start. And Chad Townsend missed, I think, 2 or 3 goals, which I know that is pretty understandable because it was raining so much out there that obviously shifted back of the wind, the gravity of it, when he kicked the ball, and the wind was absolutely forcing it to go like sideways. That's probably why the wind and the gravity took it away from the goal, and that's why I think he didn't really obviously know that it wasn't going to go in. But yeah, Sharks are a really good team, and I know that the Raiders were just by 2 points won this game. Only by 2 points. And I knew for a gut feeling that the Raiders were going to get a really good win. But the Sharks out there really stepped up in that match. But yeah, it was an absolutely really good game out there from the lads for the Raiders. And let's have a look at the Sharks tries. What we have here is William Kennedy and Josh Dugan. Let's have a look at the Raiders tries. What we have here is Sebastian Chris and Hudson Young. And I cannot believe Sebastian Chris is obviously dropped. That's a really weird decision. But I know that Jared Croker got injured last week. So yeah, he's obviously back into that squad of number 3 for the centres. And my player of the game went to number 9 from the Raiders, Josh Hodgson. I think he had a wonderful game out there. Really stood hard and really held on for the Raiders, for the Sharks not getting a win. But yeah, really a good game by the Raiders that really took home with a really good win anyway. But yeah, well done from the Raiders for making a really good win against the Sharks anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. I will be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe, and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers, sorry. We're sitting on 202 anyway, so let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Don't forget, 300 subscribers.